So like most of my videos, I'm pretty much winging this one. It's not really a video I've really been thinking about doing for a while or anything. It's just something that kind of came to me. Obviously from the title of the video you know what this is about, but I constantly get asked like, how did you go natural? How were you able to do it? I want to do it, but I don't think I can do it, which is totally how I was when I would see videos of people who went natural. Some of you know, if you watch my pregnancy vlogs, I had mentioned that I kind of wanted to go natural, but I was really just kicking the idea around. I really wasn't going anywhere with it. And with Breva, I was totally like, oh, I'm going to go natural. I can do it. I'm so tough. I can handle pain. And then when I went into labor, I bitched out and I couldn't do it. The pain was too much. I was throwing up. I was shaking. Like, it was worse than I had imagined. And so I got an epidural with her, and this time with Mavis and I kept thinking like, yeah, I kind of want to do it, but you know what, I really liked the experience with Breva, so if I have to get an epidural, it's not that big of a deal. And I was totally like on the way to the hospital, I was like, I'm getting an epidural. I was telling my husband like, I'm getting an epidural, that's just the way it is, whatever. And if you know my birth story, you know if you know my birth story, you know that I labored pretty much from 6 a.m. to about 9 p.m. at home, like all day just having contractions, and I, you know, did it all at home. Well, by the time I got to the hospital, I was 8 centimeters, and when I heard that, I was like, 8 centimeters? Like, I would be crazy not to try and go natural. Like, I've made it this far, what's 2 more centimeters? Let me tell you, 2 more centimeters makes a difference, but I was able to do it, and any woman can do it. So I know that there's, you know, sometimes people have complications, sometimes you have to get a C-section. You know, if you get an epidural, it's not that big of a deal, you know, like if that's what you need to do, then that's what's best for you, and you gotta do what's best for you. So these were just videos that I had seen while I was pregnant with Mason, and I thought like, I even cried watching them, and I cry anytime I watch people give birth, but I just thought like they were so inspiring. And the #1 video that I saw that I was like, oh, I want to try and go natural was LoraAndLayton. I hope I'm saying that right, but she had her last son, and I don't even know his name, but her last son, she ended up having a home birth in her bathtub, and she made it look so freaking easy. Like, she just bloop, pushed him out. Like, it didn't even seem like she was in labor that long, and she was kind of like laughing and smiling in between contractions, and I was like, oh my gosh, she's making this look so easy. But then again, like, I was thinking about how I was with Brave, and I was like, oh my gosh, I'm not gonna be able to do that. And when I just saw that video, I was like, man, it would be so cool to be able to have, you know, a natural birth just because she made it look so easy. Then the second video that I ever saw, actually, the first video technically that I saw was GabeandJesss, Jessica's, and I mentioned her channel before. Technically the first one I saw was with her twins that she had, but at that time I don't think I was even pregnant. If I wasn't really thinking about birth yet. But she had her twins naturally, and that to me is like, you know, when you think of twins you think like, oh, C-section, oh, being induced into labor, that's what I think anyways. But the fact that she was able to like go into it natural, no drugs, and not only push 1 baby out, but she pushed 2 babies out, like, to me that's amazing. And if I ever had twins, I hope that I'm that strong to be able to do that. So that was the other person that I saw that I thought was very inspiring. And then the third and last person, like, I just can't pick between these 3 people because I just think that they're just amazing women. And I know lots of people have babies naturally, but these were just the videos that I saw that I was like, wow, like, it really, like, I don't know, inspired me, I guess. Was, I think her name's Genevieve from Mama Natural, when she had Paloma, I believe. Yes, I was pregnant with Mason, and I saw that, and just the way that she talks in her videos, because I'm a Christian, and she just has a very, like, I know I've said inspired like a lot of times now, but she just, I don't know, when she was talking about how God was talking to her, because at first she was thinking like, you know, would it be a big deal if I got an epidural, you know, when she was in labor with Paloma, and then she felt like she had heard God telling her, you know, like, I'm giving you an easy birth, you can do this. And to me, I just thought that was just so amazing. I don't know why, but it just blew my mind, I guess. And so then when you actually see the video of her giving birth and how she's like talking in between, she's like, I love pushing and this was easy and stuff. And obviously it's not easy, I don't want you guys to get the wrong idea, but it's just like, it's just a miracle being able to do that. We live in a world now where I think people mostly just go into it where they're like, oh, I'm gonna get an epidural or whatever, and I am not judging you if you do, because I got an epidural, but I'm just saying, for me, I find it inspiring when women can do it. I'm still blown away that I was able to have Mavison naturally, especially because I was not planning on it. So that being said, those 3 videos that really, you know, helped me and kind of just like, wow, opened my eyes to having a baby natural. That being said, it was very painful. You need to go into that thinking that this is going to be painful. It is going to hurt. And then you also need to have an open mind, because sometimes things don't always go the way that you plan them to. I have plenty of friends who have had to have C-sections because of complications, and you know, if you have to have a C-section, like, that's just what's meant for you and your baby. So everything's meant to happen for a reason, and thank God for modern medicine. I would say keep an open mind, especially because you guys know that when I had Mavison, I had her naturally, everything went fine. It was very fast, very painful, but when I had her, my placenta wouldn't detach, and that was the most painful part, I would think, is because once I pushed her out, it's over, the pain's over. But when they couldn't get my placenta out and they kept having to reach up inside me and getting it out, it seriously felt like somebody was ripping my guts out. So you need to have an open mind that things don't always go as planned, and you may be lucky and everything just goes off without a hitch, but sometimes they don't. So open mind, expect that it's gonna hurt, and have a good team. You need to have a good team. That doesn't necessarily mean you need to have 20 people in the room there with you coaching you on. If you need one person, then do it with one person. For me personally, I only needed my husband. It would have been nice to have one extra person to do filming and stuff, because you guys have seen in the video my midwife and everyone got in the way of the camera, and for some reason somebody turned the lights down, which is super annoying. But I would have liked to have someone else there to film, but my husband was the only person that I needed in that room, telling me how good I was doing and that it's gonna be okay and it's almost over and stuff. And that is all I needed to hear. And I'm not an angry person when I'm in pain for some reason. Like, I wasn't like, you did this to me, blah. I was just, you know, working through it, and those were the only things I needed to hear. Is just knowing that he was there by my side with me. And some people think like, oh, well, I'm doing all the work, so this isn't a we thing, this is a me thing. In my opinion, it is a we thing. He's the one who made this child with me. He's the one helping me bring this child into the world, making sure I'm healthy. He got me stuff when I needed it, took me to my prenatal appointments, took me to the hospital, coached me, so this is a we thing. So I would say expect pain, open mind, and have a good coaching support system. So yeah, I hope you guys found this helpful. Like always, I'm always winging this, so I feel like later I'm gonna remember something that I should have said. But yeah, I hope that those videos helped you guys, and if you are planning to go natural or you want to go natural and you have any questions, leave them in the comments below and I'll answer them as best I can. But if you are thinking about it, you can do it. Any woman can do it. Our bodies are meant for bearing children, but like I said, you know, sometimes complications happen, sometimes things don't go as planned, but that's why we do have modern medicine. I do believe in that. Don't beat yourself up if you can't. Just know that you'll make the best choice for yourself. Yeah, I hope you guys like this, and I'll see you guys later. Bye!